Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
No, I'm back. It's called Too Much Energy. Too Much Energy. Hey, Joe. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here for this one. I think you'll appreciate it. Gary just did his first interview. But unfortunately, I don't think it recorded it. So they might have to redo it, but so you know what's going on. I hope everybody's having a good day. We're waiting on Facebook to catch up. Yeah, Facebook is just not as fast as Instagram. So, oh no, Instagram confuses me. Is it just lip syncing? That bothers me after a while. If you don't have something to say for yourself, why not take that and then maybe add on to what you actually think about it and your feelings around it, instead of letting somebody else speak for you, so that you could be the best lip syncer on Instagram. All right? I'll get it. Look what I'm doing. All right. Bragging. I have 102 days of sobriety. So, if you're focused on the number of days you have, you're not working a day at a time program. You cannot. Okay. So here's the thing. And I get it. I mean, if you want to celebrate every day, go for it. I don't want to see it. Because what are you trying to say there? When is enough of that? When you have 12 years and 4 months, are you still going to be saying that? Are you going to be doing that? Is your recovery based off the amount of time that you have? Because if so, I'm sorry, then I've failed. All right. Here comes Jill. I knew you'd like this one. We got some people popping on Facebook. If you're here, please say hello. Otherwise, I won't know that you are here until afterwards. So, you got to speak up if you want me to say hi to you. Of course, you're not required to either. All right. So, it's whatever your comfortability is. So, does a person with 3 years have less sobriety than a person with 20 years? No. They've been around a little bit longer. Maybe they've experienced more life lessons sober than you have. Doesn't make you any more sober. Being sober is like being pregnant. You either are or you aren't. Same with recovery. You either are or you aren't. There is no beauty of gray in there. It's black and white right there. Now, when you get involved in the program and you start doing things, then you can start living in the gray and understanding that there's beauty there. But it's gray, Dion. Gray's got. Look for the beauty in gray. Hey, Corey. P.S. Hi. Corey says sometimes they have more sobriety. The way I see it is, if you woke up before 7:15 this morning, Mountain Standard Time, then there you go. And it says Facebook user, so I don't know who you are yet. Hi, my friend. Hope to have many years and not enough days. I kind of like that. That's neat. So How do you want to look at it, though? I mean, what are we celebrating? Because we are given milestones in the program. Stick with those, man. And Corey's like, I just got up, so I have more sobriety today than she does so far. But she'll probably stay up on, half the night. She's young and get away with that stuff still. So time, that's one. Because for me, it's about quality, not quantity. See, that changes things. Okay, hi Robin. Yeah, sometimes it does pop up for me. My mind is. Give me a second, and it'll come back. Quality. There we go. All right. When I didn't feel like I was actually able to help people and do what I really needed to do until I had about 2.5 years of sobriety. Now, that's not how it works for everybody, though, right? It's not how it works. So you might think that, after a year, things will be, you don't know. I was a little over a year sober when I had my PTSD attack. So you do not know. And that's why I say quality. My quality of sobriety is what matters. It's what's going to keep me sober. My steps 1, 2, and 3. Oh, so Corey got up at 9, went back to sleep at 10. So we've got about the same amount of time, right? Hey, Trish, good to see you. Here's the other part about bragging, and that's in the 12th step. Okay. I help people every single day, and I don't post about it. Why? Why? That's the question. Why? Why would I? You guys, I know you guys can answer that question. Because I want the fame and clout that comes with it. So I don't do it. It's very selfish. Okay? Not only that, but if you're a recovery coach, you are on the borderline of HIPAA. Stop it. I have a client, my no. Corey, it's ego. You bet. You're boasting. I'm glad that your client is doing well. But you didn't do the fucking work. They did. So shut up. If you want that, then have people go and write reviews for you. I would find that appropriate because it is the client doing it. Now we're speaking for the client too. You can't allow them to have their own success apart from you. I'm sorry. Oh, well, I've helped you out. That is called expectations. And they are not reasonable. Self-righteousness, that would be one. Yeah. It just reminds me of a 2-year-old trying to tell me how high he can jump. That's what I automatically go back to there. I'm glad that you're doing some good. But instead, tell me what you're getting ready to do. Not what you already done did. Keep it in your own little circle then. Because we don't want to fucking hear it. I'm not saying I don't like hearing success stories. But let them tell it. It is not yours. So why are you claiming it? Claiming other people's spiritual progress. You know what that is, right? Just a little boy whistling in the dark, trying to keep his hopes up. Inwardly, they'd give anything to go out and get fucked up. And eventually, honestly, they will. There'll come a day. Because, see, alcohol is a subtle foe. And it's been around a lot longer than you and will continue. Keep moving forward. Stick with our own story and truth. Yeah. Now, sometimes I may say, hey, I was talking to a friend, but do you guys ever hear me say, my sponsee, my client? That is not your client. That is a human being. And we don't call them clients. We call them recoveries. Corey says, yep, other progress has nothing to me. I do not need the approval of others. Now, I will tell, my sponsee or my recovery, mine. I will brag to them how well I think they're doing. But I'm not going to go on publicly and do that. The way I see it is, if you have enough time to do that, then you need to fill your time with something that's a little bit more intentional and a lot less selfish. Because it isn't that we don't like success stories, but if you want to tell your story, talk to me. I'll bring you on. Celebrate your success. Heck yeah. But it's got to be the right time and place. Okay? 100 days sounds great. In the real world, it's not enough time. Normies are going to be like 90 days? No. Sorry, you just haven't had enough time to change. And I'm sorry, but I agree with them. It took me 2.5 years. If you are truly being honest with yourself, you'll know when it's right. You'll know when that time is right. Right? Until then, focus on your own recovery. Very good point, Jill. And Jill says, and that's the right arena in which to do that. Yep, directly to the person we are working with. Yeah. And let them go on Facebook. And if they want to brag about you, then let them. But it's not your place to do it. That is not your client. That is not your sponsee. Do you know what kind of behavior that is? What type of people do gaslighting? Think on this. The answer is going to pop up here in a second. I know. Because I'm trying to remember the word and I can't. All right. It still won't pop into my mind. Narcissism. Every single one of us was a narcissist before we came in here. Don't deny it. You did it. So what? It's over. Don't do it anymore. Don't do it anymore. Who's taking the success? You or God? Okay? You already got what you were supposed to get out of it, a paycheck. That's all you should ever expect. Ever. Gaslighting. Okay. I'd be happy to cover gaslighting. So gaslighting is essentially, I'm talking to you and I bring up something that is personal or going on with me, and then you take that and you utilize it to control me by either putting me down, saying I'm not good enough. The usual one is the build up, breakdown. So I'm going to build you up where you feel really good, and I'm going to knock you down so that you feel like you still need me. People that get excommunicated from the process, gaslighting. Why do people usually gaslight? Because they have a fear that you're going to find out what they're actually doing. That's why. Gaslighting is all around fear and ego. So is bragging. Do you think bragging goes with emotional sobriety? Oh, absolutely, Trisha. Absolutely. Yeah, there's still people in the program that are narcissists. Anybody under a year. But Dion, I have 9 months. Don't call me that. Well, it's the way it is. I'm sorry. I don't control time, but I'm not going to be dishonest. It could take a while. Now, if you're 19, 20 years old, you're probably going to bounce back a little bit quicker. Okay? Sobering up when I was 19 was a lot freaking easier than at 45. I am telling you, it's a different animal. So many people like to be stupid, yes, but there are so many of us out there with common sense that just refuse to use it. And did you know that that's actually in the big book? It says where uncommon sense becomes common sense. It's actually a promise. It's one of the promises. I think I had 11th step or something like that. It's about the same time you come around to where sanity returns, because sanity does return. So when we're bragging, what we're saying is, please give me some attention. And even though it's a positive note, it's a negative way of getting attention. I don't come on and tell other people's stories. How would you like it if I came on here and told your story for you? You wouldn't appreciate that very much at all. I would screw it all up. I'm not you. I cannot speak your truth. I don't know your truth. I don't know it. I am incapable of doing that. I am not God. Did you hear about the dyslexic atheist that didn't believe in dog? I always like to end this on better notes, though, right? So what can we do then? You want to feel the joy. You want to feel it. There's a quick and easy way. Good job, Dion. That's it. It's over. I now have my kudos. I can move on. Do you need accolades in order for you to get going? Do you depend on other people for your success? You can only do the work yourself. It's the only way it will happen. And if somebody's doing it for you, then they are doing you a very big disservice and should get out of the field immediately. Or at least go take some professionalism classes. See, that's what this is all about, is professionalism. Right? Remember, we live in an anonymous community. So keep it that way. Well, I didn't bring up their name. Come on, dude. I tell you right now, I could probably do a couple more steps and find out exactly who that person is, because they probably commented on it themselves. Get out of that. Now, are they anonymous? No, they're not. Now, guess what? You just blew HIPAA. You just blew it. Oh, but I didn't say hi. They said hi. But you started it. You instigated it. And if you're taking insurance, they're going to yank it. How do I know? Because it's happening in Colorado right now. And they're acting like nothing's going on. That's what's even more weird. They've known for 3 months, and they just told their people this week. Now these people have 2 weeks to move out. See what Trish has to say here. I've had to let a lot go of people in my life who I didn't realize were toxic until I got sober enough and worked on myself continuously. I feel at this point, God wants me to rely on Him and to learn and love with God so that I can love other people. Yeah. It's a good point. Yeah. If we don't love ourselves, we can't love somebody else. But you got to get to know yourself first, don't you? You can't start any relationship without a little bit of respect. Do you have respect for yourself? Do you respect yourself when you're out and about? I do. Heck yeah. Or I don't go out and about. So, kind of feel like I'm gonna end this on day at a time. See what it has to say today. As long as it's not freaking gratitude. Kidding. I don't feel like talking about gratitude. If we are determined to stop drinking or using other chemicals, There must be no reservations whatsoever, nor any lurking notion that our allergy of the body and obsession of the mind will someday reverse themselves. It's still on topic. Still on topic. Any lurking notion. So usually what I have found out is the ones that tend to do that missed 2 steps, 10 and 11, and they went straight on to 12 thinking it was going to keep them sober, when actually what you're doing is you're causing more confusion than harmony. Jill says, I must bring God with me in all situations. I ask myself this: is this how God would want me to act? If the answer is no, then I don't do it. Absolutely, Corey. That obsession of the mind will someday reverse themselves. There will never come a day when you can drink normally. Get it out of your mind. It no. The answer is no. And Jill, you can't see it, but people are complimenting you on your. That's why I don't like it this way. But you're getting compliments about what you said. Like right on, Jill, beautiful. So, like to, hey, quit cross talking, would you? Our regeneration comes from the splendid paradox of the 12 steps. All 12 steps. All of them. Strength arises from the complete defeat and the loss of one's old life. It is a condition for finding a new one. Am I convinced that in powerlessness, power comes? Am I certain that by releasing my life, am I certain that by releasing my life and I am released? There's got to be a time, and it comes the step before the steps, when you have made that, when you have made a conscious decision to change your mind about what you're doing with your life and which way you're going. You know, this is the one thing that I hate hearing. It's a phase. Oh, you're just young and it's a phase. My daughter's grandma tried to pull that one on me. Oh, it's just a phase. She's going through it. It's like, yeah, I know. And in my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, because you don't want to admit that you and your husband have a drinking problem. So that's the problem. Right? And of course, she went to support there. They're going to continue supporting her drinking. Why would she come live with dad and be uncomfortable? Huh? May I know power through powerlessness, victory through surrender, triumph through defeat. All of these require one thing: stop fighting. I'm serious. Just stop. Just stop fighting with everybody and everything. I haven't got, even though, I'm talking about bragging and boasting, still didn't make me mad. It's just something that needs to be talked about. Right? May I know the power, may I relinquish any trace of the secret pride that I could do it all by myself. Do you still have it? Some days I think that I can do it. I'm reminded usually within 5 minutes about how I cannot. Yeah, the AA paradoxes. That's what these are. Put the shovel down. Here we go. Yeah, drop the rock. All sorts of stuff that we could do, right? Let my will be absorbed and steered by the omnipotent will of God. I always say omnipotent. Omnipotent. Today I remember, let go, let God. Ooh, itchy. Oh, sorry. Oh, I forgot. Okay. There is no more pain now. It's just itchy, and I get my staples out tomorrow. So, remember who you are and be you. Just be you. Tell your story. And quit bragging about other people and all the good you do in life. Okay? I don't see my trash man bragging about how he had such a great route this day and us congratulating him. Are you comparing me to a trash man? Yes. Mm-hmm. It's just a different job. See, and if you're getting paid for it, then I just find it disgusting at that point. You're going to find that successful people do not brag about what they do. They do it through example, and that's enough because their own reliance comes from within. I love you guys. Peace out and have a day.